Okay, so have you heard this? It says that the Prime Minister of the UK, his name is Rishi, what's his name? Sunak. Rishi Sunak, and he's the Labour leader. And he said that he's going to focus on tackling the issues of people smuggling gangs. And they both agree, him and his guy who he works with, it's like bloody Batman and Robin, but they don't know what they're bloody doing. But what they've said, they agree that this illegal trade needs to be stopped. But they have different approaches of how they're going to do it. But in this video, we're going to find out exactly what they're suggesting.
Analyzing the news.
Chicken, I absolutely love chicken. I'm on a high protein diet at the moment. Harley, you look quite tempting to eat. You're so cute, aren't you? So have you heard about this thing on the news that's going around?
No.
No.
No. I don't watch the news.
Oh, don't worry, you don't need to, just watch this. Okay, so this Sunak has announced that he will be increasing in the UK government's efforts to disrupt. Is that a word? Disrupt? Disrupt people who are smuggling networks, and the government is planning to spend at least £33 million on this effort. You see, this money will be used to help authorise and get the authorities to pay attention. In other words, they're going to crack down and take down the game for the people who are responsible for smuggling people into the UK. Believe me, it's happening on a massive scale. So in addition to funding, Sunak's plan includes strengthening laws to make it easier to prosecute smugglers. He wants to see tougher penalties for people involved in smuggling and more support for the police and border agencies to stop illegal activities. But if he does it or not, we'll find out. The idea is to break up these smuggling networks by targeting those who are running them.
I'm booking an appointment.
Oh, is it the Specsavers? Do you know what? My eyes are going as well. As you get older, your eyes start to go. I used to have 20/20 vision, but not anymore. Come on, mate. Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Come on, come on, come on. Give it to Dad. Give it to Dad. Keir Starmer, who is the leader of the Labour Party, has called for countries to work together to fight people smuggling. He says that the UK must work with other nations like France and the US to tackle this issue in coordination and coordinate it in a proper, efficient way. Starmer believes that the international cooperation is key to stopping these smugglers. And they're going to do it in the same way as if they were tackling terrorism, because in their eyes, that's exactly what it is. Oh, butter wouldn't melt in your mouth, would it? Hey? He's German, by the way. That's what Rottweilers are. They're a German breed. If you're ever going to get a dog, get a Rottweiler. They're so clever. He just follows me everywhere. You're right, little man. Overall, both leaders want to make it harder to smuggle these criminals and how they operate. But Sunak is focusing on more of an immediate action, like funding a stronger law. So with Starmer, he emphasises the need for cooperation between all countries, especially Europe, to stop this illegal trade. Now, the way he's going to do that is, for one, he's going to strengthen borders and border patrols and digitally have more effective surveillance like drones and thermal sensors and AI-powered cameras to monitor borders. He's also going to improve real-time tracking of smuggling routes. They can do this. The technology's there. It's been there for bloody donkey's years. It's just now they're announcing it. He's also going to be increasing international cooperation. So he's going to work closely with countries like France, Belgium and Germany, improving intelligence, sharing a joint law enforcement operations. Also, there's going to be tougher legal penalties for these smugglers. So they're going to introduce longer prison sentences and heavier fines. And they're going to do this to assure that the money assets from the smuggling gangs is completely tracked. And obviously they can do that as well. We heard about money laundering. They can do it. The government can control everything. They know what's going on.
Yeah, they all say the same thing, but nothing ever manifests, doesn't it?
Well, apparently this time it's going to be different because they're going to prevent any social media from promoting any kind of smuggling, because smuggling is all promoted online, you know, like TikTok and Instagram and X, which used to be called Twitter, didn't it? All these ads are put up. They're like hidden ads. But yeah, they're operating a bloody business at the end of the day.
They'll find another way.
Oh, there's always another way. They always do, but then the government are 10 steps ahead. Well, they should be, because they've got trillions of pounds, haven't they? And it's not really their money when you think about it, it's bloody ours. They're also going to take legal action against those who are promoting illegal migration online. Another thing is importing asylum and visa procedures, which will speed up the processing system for legal migration and asylum seekers. Apparently this is going to provide a clearer legal pathway to prevent people from turning to smuggling. In other words, they're going to give them another option.
I know, but giving another option, don't you think that will get more people coming into this country when it's overpopulated as it is?
Is it overpopulated? That's the thing. Some people say it is, but if you're on a plane and you're looking down at Great Britain, you'd realise that most of it's just land. They believe that early intervention in its origins and getting the original countries and talking to them and letting them know, okay, there's a procedure that you can take to get you in, but you have to play the game. They're going to invest into international aid and economic development, and they're going to do this to address poverty and conflict, to reduce the need for people to migrate illegally. So they're going to try and do it in a way that you can migrate into the UK, but there's a procedure that you need to take. Isn't that the case anyway? You can still migrate to England, but there's a procedure. But people don't know what that procedure is. I wanted to move to Spain, but you try and move to Spain from the UK, it ain't easy. They're also going to start allowing police and intelligence agencies to work together, and they're going to do this to improve cooperation between M15, what's it, M15 and M16. It's like James Bond, isn't it? MI5, not M16. That's the one, MI5. MI5? I don't know, I don't work for the government. The reason they're doing this is so that they can share intelligence to track and dismantle smuggling networks. And this will apparently, excuse me, stop any explosion in illegal migrants for labour or any other governing body. They think that this will enforce stricter inspections on businesses hiring illegal workers. They're also going to crack down on modern slavery. They've also suggested that they're going to start creating confidential hotlines to report smugglers. They're going to set up an anonymous tip-off system for reporting smuggling networks, because there's a lot of people in this country and we all have eyes. We can all see what's going on. So they're going to have reach out lines that you can report people who you think are up to no good or involved in these smuggling networks. They're also going to encourage whistleblowers to provide valuable intelligence, as well as running public awareness campaigns about the dangers of smuggling, as well as warn all the migrants about the dangers of smuggling and trafficking. The thing is, you've got to understand, these are human beings, like you're a human being and I'm a human being, and we all need a safe place to be and live. Can you imagine what it would be like for you to live in a war-torn country? Would you be willing to cross the ocean to get to another country on a boat with no money because you're that terrified. That element of it is understandable, that they're in that much fear that they want to get away from their country, which is understandable and fair enough. I mean, you should have compassion. But this isn't about that. This is about criminal organised gangs that are profiting massively through human trafficking, and this is something that will not be tolerated in this country. And that is what the UK president, that's America, that's Donald Trump, Prime Minister, have made the conscious effort to ensure that's exactly the priority, and they are going to stop these trafficking gangs from being able to abuse the system, and more importantly, abuse these human beings. Well, let me know what you think, because this is what they're attempting to do. Put it in the comments, because it's an interesting conversation and we need to talk about it.